Okay, if you are asked to show the hybridization in methane molecule, of course, we need you to know that carbon in this molecule is in the state of sp3 hybridization. And what essentially happens is that the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, of course, of carbon overlaps with the 4 atoms of hydrogen to make methane. What are we talking about? If we revert back to the last point we stopped in our last lecture, okay? Here you have your 2s, okay? All right, this is X, Y, and Z. This is carbon in the excited state. This is what you have, okay? After there is a mixture of 1s orbital and 3p orbitals, you are going to have your 4 equivalent sp3 orbitals, okay? sp3 orbitals, sp3 orbitals. Nice. Recall, each of them has 1 electron. Nice. And if you have a hydrogen atom with 1s orbital, you have another hydrogen atom with 1s orbital, and you have another hydrogen atom with 1s orbital. Each of them carries 1 electron, since the electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. Nice. So you see that this particular orbital can overlap with this orbital to make a bond. Okay, they can overlap to make a bond. These two can overlap to share their electrons and make a bond. These two can overlap to share their electrons and make a bond. So you agree with me now that we have a 1s2 sp3, okay? You can have an s to sp3 bond there formed, okay? Nice. You also have 1s orbital overlapping with an sp3 orbital. Again, you have an s orbital and an sp3 overlapping, and in the third one you have what? An s orbital overlapping with sp3 orbital. So it is important again to note that the s orbital is spherical in shape. So when you have one sphere, you have an what? You have an 1s orbital. Another important thing I want to say here is that sp orbitals are usually like a lobe or a leaf. sp orbitals usually look like a lobe or a leaf. So any sp orbital is like a lobe or a leaf, a lobe. Okay? So whether it's sp, sp2, or sp3, they have this lobe-like shape. Okay? Nice. Remember, carbon in the methane molecule is sp3 hybridized. So if this is carbon centrally placed to this end, it's going to have that leaf-like or lobe-like. Of course, this is sp3 hybrid orbital containing 1 electron. God bless you, which is this first one. Towards this angle or this position, I'm going to have the second lobe-like. Of course, this is an sp3 hybrid orbital with 1 electron, fantabulous. Towards this end, we are going to have that lobe-like or leaf-like, okay, structure again, representing another sp3 hybrid orbital. Towards this end, we are going to have that lobe-like, okay, structure again, representing the third and the 4th sp hybrid orbital of carbon. And of course, you have each of them carrying 1 electron. So I've shown you the hybrid structures of these hybrid orbitals around the centrally placed carbon atom. Nice. So next thing is that, of course, hydrogen, okay, has only 1 electron in the valence shell, and of course, this is a 1s orbital which is spherical in shape. Okay, so 1 hydrogen atom can overlap. Okay, this is an s orbital carrying 1 electron. When they overlap, you now have the 2 electrons there. Okay, now another hydrogen can come here and overlap. Okay, this is hydrogen, it has 1 electron, overlaps. Remember, this is an s orbital. Okay, another hydrogen atom can come here and overlap with this sp3 orbital. Remember, this is an s orbital. Another hydrogen atom can make an overlap here. Remember, this is again an s orbital since hydrogen atom has s orbitals. If you check it, you see there's a bond between the s orbital and an sp orbital. There's a covalent bond between the s orbital and sp orbital, sp3 orbital. You can see the covalent bond between the s orbital of hydrogen atom and the sp3 hybrid orbital of the carbon atom. Again, you will see that s to sp3 bond or covalent bond, okay, sp3. Whenever you have an s to s bond, you are going to make what we call a sigma bond. Whenever you have an s to any kind of sp bond, you are going to make what? A sigma bond. Again, if you have an s to sp2 is a sigma bond, s to sp3 is also a sigma bond, okay? Whenever you have any sp to any sp, you are going to have equally a sigma bond. Please take note of all of this, okay? So what that means is that when you are having an s to sp3 covalent bond being formed, this is a sigma bond. Again, s to sp3 is a sigma bond, s to sp3 is a sigma bond, s to sp3 is a sigma bond. You discover that it is the concept of hybridization that helps us to understand what we call formation of sigma bonds and of course pi bonds as we proceed. Okay, so in the simple diagram of carbon of methane, you have this. Okay, you have this. So if you are asked how many sigma bonds and pi bonds are there in methane, you tell them that of course this is a sigma bond, this is a sigma bond, this is a sigma bond, this is a sigma bond. And how many pi bonds, how many sigma bonds do we have in methane? You say we have 4 sigma bonds in methane molecule. I hope you learned it. Nice. Bye.